Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. Today is Friday. It is February the 12th, which is better than Friday the 13th, because nobody's really scared about today. But Friday...
I love Friday the 13th.
I know, but it's Friday the 12th, and we've got National Plum Pudding Day, and we have No One Eats Alone Day. That's a day we should celebrate every day. We've done it numerous times. We'll go to a restaurant, we'll see somebody by themselves.
I can't handle that.
We're like, hey, would you like to join us? And most of the time they say, would you leave me alone?
It makes me so sad, though. That's something that really does bother me, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
How many times have they told us to, no, just leave me alone?
Quite a few.
Almost always. I'm here by myself for a reason.
You can't say I didn't try.
Give me a little space, lady. I know what you're after. You cannot have my tater tots. I also have a guest coming up today. We're going to visit with two guests, Jeff Wadlow and Bryce Gheisar, about their new show, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Curse of the Shadows. And it actually premieres today on Nickelodeon. So if you want to see that, I've got a link that has like the trailers and all the stuff. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers from the State University of New York's College of Optometry conducted a study that finds reading outside, like exterior, can stimulate the brain and improve your eyesight. They say this discovery could lead to the improvement in smartphone screens. Too much screen time has already been linked to a phenomenon dubbed as computer vision syndrome, but they're going, if you read outside, it's better for your eyes than reading inside.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool. And a survey finds 40% of kids like their sandwiches cut diagonally, from corner to corner.
That's the way you're supposed to cut them.
25% prefer them to be cut down the middle. And 17% say, I just want to eat it whole. And then 6% said cut it in 4 pieces in quarters. So now you know, if you're wondering how to serve a sandwich to a kid. It does not say how many have them cut the crust
in half.
off.
That's the correct way.
Crust on or crust off, Heidi?
Most kids crust off.
I'm a crust on kind of guy.
Oh, yeah, I like
that. That's
crust.
good. It's good stuff. Wow. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A woman admitted that she had been hiding narcotics in her person. I'm not going to tell you.
In her person,
I'm not going to tell you where, but I bet if you think about it, you'll know. After the vehicle she was riding in was stopped by officers. The woman was arrested after a traffic stop. About 90 miles south of Cleveland. During an investigation, an officer was stabbed with a hypodermic syringe that was concealed on the woman.
Oh.
An arrest report says that the woman told officers the cause of stabbing was from a piercing. The male driver was the subject of the arrest warrant, so the driver is the one that was in trouble. He had a suspended license. He admitted to deputies that he had a crack pipe in the vehicle. Several drug items were found. They were stopped at 11:18 p.m. Anyway, additional information about the incident not available. But they've gave me plenty of information to know that that was a weird traffic stop. I hope the officer's okay. I hope everybody's okay. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. John Boyega is heading to Netflix with The Formula, the streamer's latest original movie. A Star Wars actor has signed on to play the lead in a project alongside Robert De Niro, who will also produce. The Formula will follow a Formula One racing prodigy who's forced to become a getaway driver to save the family that he has left. He only has like a few people left.
Okay.
He's got to be a getaway driver to save them. So it'll be interesting to see. The upcoming movie Shotgun Wedding has officially cast Josh Duhamel to replace Armie Hammer after all the stuff that was going on, all these weird messages with Hammer. And so they finally just decided, you know what? Let's not have him in this movie.
Let's distance ourselves just a bit.
I think maybe we'll have somebody else. So now it's official. Denzel Washington isn't above suffering
Denzel.
for his career. In a recent interview, he revealed his top secret trick for embodying Joe Deacon in the new thriller that he's in called Little Things. He said he gained weight, and he said it's a piece of cake, literally eating cake. Eating a lot of cake late at night. He said it's not healthy, but it works. He said milkshakes were my friend. Ice cream was my very good friend. So he had to pack on some pounds for this new role, and that was his trick. I could write a book on how to
if
do
you
that.
ever want help, if you ever need to know the fastest way to do it, just give us a call.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be what I was born for.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. Oregon's law decriminalizing small amounts of all street drugs went into effect Monday of this week, a historic moment, making that the first state in the nation to enact such a measure. Now, this is the interesting thing. Those found with what they refer to as personal use amounts of drugs, including heroin, cocaine, meth, LSD, oxycodone, and ecstasy will now face a $100 fine instead of criminal charges. As long as it's just, what they call personal use amounts. So a lot of folks that are very confused by all of this. So I guess we'll see how that goes in Oregon. Swedish furniture giant and one of Heidi's favorite places in the world, IKEA. Yeah, when we walk through an IKEA store, you literally hear in Heidi's head, oh. They've reportedly, that's a whole different word. They have reportedly purchased 11,000 acres of forest in Georgia. When you purchase items from IKEA, you have to build them. Now, it's going to be, you have to go cut down the trees to build them. I don't think that's actually part of it. Have you ever heard of the term blind rage?
Yeah.
It is a phrase for the phenomenon that occurs when otherwise rational people become completely irrational due to something that upsets them. For example, finding your husband with pictures of a younger woman on his phone, that kind of thing might send you into blind rage. Well, that happened. A guy in Mexico took some photographs of his wife from their younger days, and he snapped photos into his phone of photos of his wife, saved them on his phone. Anyway, he thought, well, that way I can look at these pictures of my wife anytime I want. Well, the wife, not recognizing that they were her, knowing that he didn't take them with his phone,
oh my God,
thought that he was having an affair and stabbed him multiple times. Yeah. The husband was able to wrestle the knife away from her and explain what was going on.
Oh my gosh.
Not before neighbors heard the fight and had to call the police. That is just a love story right there. It's what that is.
Oh man.
It's a bizarre love story, but what a love story. Don't do any of that, by the way. I know it's Valentine's weekend, and that was a very bizarre love story to share, but don't do any of that stuff. It's a bad idea. And I've got one last story to get to. A hacker has exposed the private details of 2.3 million people after breaking into a major dating service system. Sensitive info shared from Meet Mindful. Did we talk about this? I don't remember we talked about it on the air if I just told you when I found it. It includes users' names, email addresses, and location data. The data dump was posted to a publicly accessible hacking forum where crooks can download it for free. People's real names, body details, dating preferences, Facebook IDs, birth dates, and more were all leaked by this hacker. Now, the thing that's interesting, when I read this online, somebody said, it sure is a good thing nobody ever tells the truth on dating sites.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I don't know how much real information they got, but it's sad that happened. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. We've got not one, but two amazing guests today. We have Jeff Wadlow and Bryce Gheisar, and we're going to talk about a new show, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Curse of the Shadows. It premieres today, 8 o'clock tonight on Nickelodeon. And let's start with Bryce. First of all, did you have fun doing this, Bryce?
Of course. I play Luke. He's a part of the Midnight Society, and he's like a high schooler. And he's a small-town kid, and he's in this like big world and kind of been the underdog. So he's kind of tentative and uncertain, but he's also really imaginative. And the way that he escapes his normal everyday life is by being with his friends in the Midnight Society and telling scary stories. And throughout the 6 episodes, you're able to see him grow as a character and kind of stand up for himself and for the people around him. So it was a lot of fun to work with, and it was a lot of fun to film the show.
That's awesome. Now, Jeff, you're the director and producer, and tonight is the night. People get to finally see this. That's got to be exciting.
Finally coming out. I'm still working on the last couple episodes. That's what's really been thrilling for me about this process. You know, I come from more of a feature film space, having made Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island recently. To be working in this format has just been exhilarating because it's a chance to spend more time with these really truly wonderful characters. We had a fantastic cast led by Bryce. So I've just loved the experience and can't wait to share all 6 episodes with the world.
So it's a scary show, but it's on Nickelodeon, so it's not going to be so scary that like kids can't watch, right?
Well, look, we definitely patterned the show tonally after Stranger Things. There's references to the Goonies and Stand By Me. So I think fans of scary stories of all ages, whether they're younger kids, teenagers, adults, hopefully are really going to like our show. I mean, there are some fairly intense moments. There were a couple of moments I'll have to confess when we were on set, when we all kind of looked at each other and said, are we making a kid show or not? Because there are some, I think, some profoundly terrifying moments in our show.
That's really cool. Now, Bryce, you're a teenager, but you've had some amazing opportunities, and you've done such a great job. And I'm looking at some of the people you've had as co-workers. Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, Clint Eastwood, Ron Howard, Dennis Quaid. Do you ever just pinch yourself and go, is this real?
Man, it's really crazy because right now, like I'm looking back at when I was like 9 and 10 and 11, working with some of those great people, and how much I didn't take it for granted, but I just didn't know the gravity of the situation. So, like when I was walked on set with Clint Eastwood, everybody around me was saying how crazy it was. But that's definitely been my goal, for sure, is to work with people that I admire and people that I have seen their movies before. And Jeff is one of those people.
Now, is this
I want to be really clear with you, John. He just compared me to working with Clint Eastwood and Julia Roberts. I want that made official and documented.
We will underline that.
Bryce has put me on that level.
No, that's
of course.
Actually, Jeff, I think you kind of put yourself on that level. You've got some amazing projects as well.
You guys are being too kind to me. If I've been able to make some interesting work, it's solely because I've had fantastic actors to work with, like Bryce. I teach short filmmaking in my hometown every fall, and I always tell the filmmakers, your movie will never be better than your actors.
And Jeff, you've got a bunch of different projects that you've done that have been very successful, but Bates Motel, that's a program my wife wanted to watch. I didn't even think I wanted to watch it. We watched it, we kind of got sucked in and absolutely loved it. So you've done a pretty darn good job, sir.
You have. Listen, working with Jeff, it really feels no different. It's like with anybody else. He's one of the greatest directors I've worked with, for sure. Like I know he's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's all the actors, but it's on set. Jeff, he really is the visionary and the guy that gets everything done, and he's great.
You know, it's really true what Bryce is saying. I am a visionary, and I get everything done, and I am. I'm kidding. It's very much a team effort, and I'm really proud of the show. It's something that we all poured our hearts and souls into. It's scary, it's funny, it's exciting, it's really emotional in places. It explores themes of friendship and growing up and making hard choices about what's important to you in a really authentic way. And I hope and believe it's going to connect with a large audience for all those reasons.
Well, tonight is the night. I wish you guys the best. Thank you for taking the time to chat today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Again, it is on tonight. It's called Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's on Nickelodeon. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Researchers say they can predict the success of a relationship based on the speaking style of a couple. So, any researchers listening, my beautiful bride that's sitting with me here, can you tell based on our speaking style? Is it gonna work?
21 years so far.
Yeah.
So
21 years yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I thought that'd be a fun thing to share on Valentine's weekend. If you are speaking to your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend in a not so great way, chances are it's not going to go so well. So be nice to one another. I mean, that's just a simple thing, but that is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Sweden. Police in Sweden arrested a man who allegedly pushed 19 mice through the mail slot at his ex-wife's front door.
okay, why?
Police say the wife is musophobic, which means she's afraid of mice.
Sure.
So he decided that would be a good way to get back at his ex-wife. So that is not the kind of Valentine you want to send either. So 19, I wonder why he chose 19 mice.
People need to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't people just lost their minds
I think
lately?
so. But does that seem like a random number?
Well,
were they married 19
maybe it was
years?
their anniversary or something that day, like the 19th was their, who knows?
I can see.
Or that maybe that's just all he could find. Maybe it's just as simple as that.
That could be it too. I'm just saying, I can see one mouse, or if you're going to do like 20 mice, just 19 just seemed like a weird number. It is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. This is a very bizarre story. Here's the headline. The government of India has a hit out on pop star Rihanna.
What?
So I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. Anyway, she tweeted about a farmer protest that they've had going on for months. On the outskirts of Delhi and other major cities, thousands of farmers are camping out around the Indian national capital for months now, demanding that they repeal an agriculture reform. They fear that this is going to leave them worse off. Anyway, she tweeted about it, and now she's on their side, but the government of India is not happy with Rihanna. So that was so confusing when I read that. I'm like, well, it doesn't seem right, but okay. Today's weird news, and it definitely fits. Weird News brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. A woman in Arizona was caught speeding. She told police she didn't pull over because she felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what was going on. One officer said he got behind the car, turned on his lights. She looked at him through the driver's side mirror, but then didn't pull over. He turned on his patrol siren along with the lights to further get her attention. She still didn't pull over. Eventually, the car reached a red light. The officer said he got out of the car to talk to her, who stared at him through the window without saying a word. When the light turned green, she took off. The next day, the officer found the address and charged her with unlawful flight from law enforcement. Officers say when she was arrested, she said, "Yeah, I remember. I didn't pull over.
I remember you.
I didn't pull over because I felt like it was the right thing to do." What?
Yeah.
I don't understand any of that.
I don't understand that.
I'm quite confused, but very bizarre. It is today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? At this point, I read the name of a real business located somewhere in the world. Heidi has to guess. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Heidi, you ready?
I'm ready.
Orchard Hills in New Jersey. Orchard Hills. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'm going to say rehab center.
Oh, man. It's a golf course.
Is it really?
Yes. I was ready to give you the golf clap and everything, but you don't get one today.
That doesn't sound like a golf
Orchard
course.
Hills Golf Course in New Jersey. Now you know.
Wouldn't you think it would be a bad place to put a golf course at an orchard?
No, you'd want hills, and there'd be orchard around the outside edges of the golf. I doubt they're in the orchard, golfing in the orchard itself, but there you go. It is our fun little game. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by timeforrehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And this, I think, is just fascinating. Kids are staying smart. The headline, high schoolers create a Minecraft replica of their school to meet up during lockdown. So 4 high school students in the Czech Republic found a constructive way to deal with the pandemic measures that they were going through. They built a virtual replica of their school. And this is a place where they can meet up in school digitally.
They must have liked school a whole lot more than I did.
Heidi skipped school without a pandemic.
I did.
Their kids that graduated are like, oh, you still go to school here?
You still go
I didn't
here?
know that. I thought you moved. Students use Minecraft, a video game that allows you to build and explore infinite worlds. They constructed a perfect replica of their school. It took them 150, somewhere up to maybe 200 hours total, depending on how much you count. Anyway, it's a 2:1 scale replica of the school. Serves as a virtual opportunity to explore the premises for potential applicants for the school now as well. So the school is going to use this as like a thing. And they're going to be able to say, hey, look, our students actually built this. They love our school so much. And I took the virtual tour. It is cool. I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes if you want to check it out. You can find that at johnandheidishow.com. It's in the show notes for today, so you would scroll down to the bottom. But it is just fascinating how awesome kids can be. I mean, that is really neat. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.